Fingers crossed that's us live. Hi guys, I'm solo today. It's very dark in this room. Let's try sorting what I'm doing. Hello, welcome to my stream. Yeah, just me. Other folk are out and about doing other things. I had stuff to work on, so I was like, cool, I'll stream because I've got stuff to work on. So what I'm working on today is I am working on weirdly a pinny. Essentially, I'm doing a wizarding lab in December, and I kind of want some like patchworky bits and some different bits and bobs. So I've kind of been starting work on a pinny. So this is my penny so far. Some patchwork pockets. This is the one I'm working on at the moment. And I've also got some pockets because, to be honest, I found it was easier to actually do the patchwork bit first on the machine, and then essentially I can just sew those on. So while I would normally machine all that on, I'm not going to. I'm going to be nice and hand sew it, so you don't listen to the machine. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Let's just see if I make sure this is definitely alive and sorting itself. Yes, it is. Woohoo! Tracy is here saying, "Hey, hello, Tracy. I don't think I know you unless you've got another name." Alicia's here and Regan's here. Hello, guys. Yeah, I'm like 5 minutes early because I didn't think it was going to work. I tried about 2:30 and then it didn't want to play. Basically, the new software on YouTube itself is a bit weird. It doesn't seem to like stuff. So I've got it all set up now, but I had to like switch it over to the old way of doing it. So yay. But we had Lee messaging me, bless him, going, do you want a code for XSplit? And I'm like, I don't use XSplit anymore. That's why I didn't like it. So it was appreciated, but I'm now on OBS. It's actually working better. It's just actually YouTube this time. That's playing a bit. So yay! But yeah, I am working on stuff. Because I am doing a character who I'm doing like an NPC, so I can't really describe too much about it because while all of you guys are probably unlikely to be playing said LARP, I know that one of the other banders may well actually be playing. Luke and I got a crew, we're both doing NPCs. But essentially my character is needs kind of patchworky stuff. But what's quite interesting is, so I've put pockets on already. This is just literally like your most basic, like I think it's called calico. It's like cotton. It's the same sort of stuff that you use for like bags and stuff. But essentially, I found it in the fabric shop yesterday. It was very cheap. And essentially, I've got a big pocket here, and then I've got a smaller boy here, which is the one I'm kind of working on right now because he's half sewn. You can see he's got pins in him. Because I'd already sewn this on this one and this one onto the bag, and then I was like, oh, but I want patchwork. So now I have to kind of make that patchwork, which means I kind of have to hand sew it because it's obviously already got a hole in it. I'd sew that on the machine, it's just going to go straight through and sew it all together and it won't be a pocket anymore. Yay! And then I've got this one over here, which is the one where I kind of sewed it all together on the machine beforehand and then just sewed it on. And that was far easier. So again, it's a pocket. They're all functioning pockets. This one, however, I've kind of reinforced quite a bit because basically I want to be able to put my phone in it and carry it around with me. So this is the one I'm kind of like focused on to be reinforced a little bit. So I've just sewn like quite carefully around the edges and stuff and made sure that like I've done a couple of rows of stitching this up around the edge because my phone's obviously got a bit of weight to it. The other stuff I'm going to be carrying in the pockets is going to be like light stuff, so it shouldn't matter too much, but it's just more my phone pocket that I'm like, let's make sure that's secure. I've also put a trim around the bottom. So yeah, but I've kind of got, because I'm going for like patchworky stuff anyway, I've kind of gone for like a like a white stitching or like a cream stitching. Mainly because my machine was already threaded up with cream because I was sewing this together. But hey, we're now still doing cream, it's fine. So yeah, that's what I'm working on today. I wonder what you guys are all working on, what you're all doing. Hope we're still okay. I think we are. Should be. The annoying part is when I switch between using Skype with somebody else and using webcam, I do completely different settings. So I'm hoping you can all hear me, because that'd be good. But yeah, essentially I'll just be sewing today, which I enjoy doing. But yeah, this is not until December, so I'm super keen. But I also found that the character I wanted to do and kind of how I wanted to dress her, I was like, oh, I've got like an old skirt that I made for Eponine from Les Mis. It's just like a kind of gathered skirt, and it's kind of 19th century-ish. So I was like, old skirt, from brown material. And I've got like several different sort of blouse things that I use for like Caleb and different people. So I was like, I can closet this. This is fun. So I did. And it was working. And then all I wanted was like, because Luca suggested this, was like, oh, why don't you have like a pinny with loads of pockets in? And I was like, that sounds like a good plan. I can make one of those really easy. Because again, this is all stuff that literally from other cosplays that was just in my fabric box. I have a pile of fabric up there, along with my cup of tea, of course. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on today. Hooray! Alicia's saying, have you dyed your hair? Yes, I was pink, obviously, for ages. And then I was like, I'll go for a purpley. It looks paler in the sun, though, or in the light. But yeah, it's kind of purpley-ish over the pink, so it's not quite completely purple yet. But yeah, I get bored of my hair. That's what wigs are for, right? That was the other thing actually as well. I was like, I need to find a wig for this character because this character would not have purple hair, funnily enough. So I think I just found one of my old Sirius ones possibly, and I was like, that'll do. We'll see. It changes closer to the time. We'll see. Because yeah, me actually needing normal hair sometimes to wig, annoyingly. I thought it looked different. It's a very pretty colour. Thank you. I kind of wanted it like lilac-y. It's kind of getting there. It's lots of different colours in one at the moment. So that's cool, because I knew it would be difficult to colour the pink. Without bleaching it all again, and if I bleach it again, my hairdresser will shout at me. So. Oh, I've just done not as undone. My hand sewing is terrible. Just so you all know. I enjoy doing it, but my hand sewing is terrible. There we go. Normal is boring. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I had my hair dark for ages because of Sirius, to be honest. It was just easier to cosplay without a wig. But then I got bored. Luke's dying to dye his hair. His is all natural at the moment. It has been for probably a good year or so. But he's dying to dye his hair. He's trying to grow it out, so he's trying not to dye it until it's all fully grown out. But yeah, instead of working on stuff for like SunnyCon that's coming up next month, I'm like, no, let's work on stuff for December because that makes sense. To be fair, I've not really got a huge amount to work on for Sunny anyway. Like most of my cosplays for Sunny are rewears, and the only new one I'm doing is Jenkins, and he is a bought boy. He's literally a bought waistcoat and a pair of trousers, and some kind of wiggy. Might be the old Sirius wig, we'll see. Yeah, it's got to the point where I can create costumes out of stuff like or buy very minimal stuff. Like all I bought for this character is essentially some cotton for a whole £4 or something stupid. Because it's very basic cotton. I mean, I also got bored, and those of you who were around last week, I bought some purple and gold brocade for Luke's Gilmore cosplay that he's got coming up. And I was back at the fabric shop yesterday, wasn't I, buying boring cotton? And I might have bought some green and some blue brocade for myself. With no project in my mind as well, you know. Just because it was pretty. And I'd be really annoyed if I went back and it's all sold out and I didn't get any of it. So we'll see. 2 meters of each, so that's enough to do something with if needs be. I'll probably find a project, let's face it. But yeah, it's quite nice actually, because I'm kind of purposely making it messy sewing. So it means I don't have to be super careful, which is nice. What's everyone else working on? That's what I want to know. What cons and stuff have you all got coming up? Trying to see what's the easiest way of doing this. This up a bit so you can see what I can do. Yeah, essentially I'm kicking myself for the fact that I didn't think to make the patches on the pockets beforehand until I did one, and then went, oh yeah. So I'm having to hand sew it all. But again, it's quite nice to work on a project without a super tight deadline on it. To be honest, these days that's unusual. Usually I've got like, oh, the com's next week, I'm still sewing. Oh well. I'm not as bad as Blair is, but I'm not great. Okie dokie. Hi Lex, long time no speak. Haven't seen you about in a bit. Alicia's saying, I'm not working on my Sunnycomb cosplay though I should be. Instead I'm playing Pokemon Go, revising and watching this. I mean, that sounds good, because I know you've got exams right now, so revising is a good thing. Yeah, just kind of chilling, kind of doing it, so it is quite refreshing to be doing something that I don't have to think about too much, or don't have to be like, oh my god, I need to be ready for next week. To just sit and sew it really. Let's just say not got any cons listed just yet, but I'm really hoping to work on some projects for next year and finally off work for your streams. Yay! That's good. But yeah, I'm just kind of working on bits and bobs. Nothing particularly strenuous today. Quite like sort of saving hand sewing for the streams because it works a heck of a lot better than machine sewing does. As it'd just be lots of knitting. And that'd be real boring, real fast. Hi Heidi, what are you working on? You got some more of your Lady Loki cosplay, don't you? when you get to a bit where the pin's being a pain. So yeah, everyone is kind of busy this week. Luke's got a D&D thing that he's doing locally to him, and he's got a friend coming up to stay. And Debbie's not feeling very well, bless her. I think Sarah's gaming, which is usually the reason for her not doing a Sunday stream. I think Blair is at a comic book thing, so I don't know where Alice is. But she's not around anyway. So yeah, we are soloing it today because I had stuff to work on. I just wanted to work on this. If you know it's bad when a LARP is in December and you're already working on stuff. But I'm doing my usual thing, which is what I like to do when I start a new thing, which is kind of crew it first and see how I feel. Because for me, like, you probably, oh well, I know Lex knows this, for example. I like to sort of tend to crew stuff because I find out how things work first. And I'm really weird with like things like rules for LARPs or games or anything like that, in that I like to understand them before I try and play them. Otherwise, it really stresses me out. So the fact that I can kind of crew and kind of help out a friend because our friend's actually running it means that for me it's actually easier to do that. Heidi's saying, I'm almost done with the money pouch and just about to do the big stuff last. That sounds good. Alicia's saying, at least you're getting it done early instead of doing it last minute. Oh, for sure. Like, Blair is a definite last minute guy in our group. You always have to have one, at least, that's a last minute guy. That's not me. Like, sometimes I'll do, like, last minute little projects or something. Like, I'll end up doing like a little something, like a little extra thing, something. But I'm very rarely actually. I've never been in a situation where I'm like literally sitting sewing the cosplay the night before. That's just about time. Whereas I know Blair has. And to be fair, like, you know, last con that we were at, Luke was doing that too, but that's only because he needed to adjust it. It was already sewn, it just needed unpicking and re-sewing. So it's that. But yeah, I'm very keen for this December thing because it's Wizarding World. Like, who's not keen for Wizarding World LARPs, guys? You know, especially when it's our DM who does our well, mine and Luke's D&D campaign. She's very good at world building. Oh my god, she's so good. And basically, she runs 2 LARPs. 2, 3, quite a few LARPs anyway. But one of them we couldn't make it to. One of them's October, I want to say. I couldn't get a holiday. However, when we heard Wizarding LARP was coming up, I was like, still don't think I can actually get a holiday, but I'm going anyway. Because Wizarding LARP, hello. Also, it's like Birmingham area, so it's not too bad to get to for me. The problem with patchworking is you've got to like get each edge of everything, so it's a little bit weird. Trying to just catch the top bit and not the bottom bit. But yeah, we have SunnyCon next month. Not too long to go. Eek. Lex is saying, me and my partner are planning to do Wizarding World, and yes, cosplay mischief will happen. Can't wait to see your guys' ups. Oh, okay. Alicia's saying, how do LARPs work? Is it like original characters? Well, essentially, a LARP is, so you've got cosplay and you've got LARPing, and it's kind of like the next step, I would say, after cosplay. There's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of people that will do both. There's a lot of people that start at cosplay and move to LARP or vice versa. Essentially, you are immersed in a world where it stands for live action role playing. So essentially, you're immersed in that world, and basically you quite often bring an original character to that world. So whatever world it might be. So one of the LARPs that Kelly runs is like a sort of horror post-apocalyptic type LARP. And that's the one that Luke and I were going to sort of crew for originally, and then we just couldn't get the time off work. Plus, it's not really Luke's thing. Like, he's not really into horror. Like, I quite like a bit of horror. But then Wizarding came up, and we were like, well, Wizarding LARP, where basically you're in character for however long timing is for. So it might be from, I think, like the first night, for example, it's like 8 p.m. till like 1 a.m. And then you have like sleep times out of character time. And then you'll have like timing again, like in 10 o'clock in the morning or something, through until like whatever time of night. So it's like a full kind of immersive, like you're in character for that full period type thing. Which, to be honest, even though obviously we do panels and stuff, it's an hour at a time, guys. It's an hour. So I was a little bit like, will I be able to actually do that? Because I don't know whether I'd struggle to keep in character for that longer period of time. If that makes sense. Especially like if I'm tired or if I'm hungry or something like that, because I struggle with that kind of thing. So the reason why I went for crewing to start with is because then I can kind of not be in character fully the full time, and I'm doing more kind of NPCs, so non-player characters. So essentially something that the crew needs to move the story along. So you'll have your NPCs, kind of like you do in a video game. You've got your NPCs to be able to move something along. So I was like, I'm kind of more down the NPC route, I think. And because me and Luke have both been interested in it for a while, and interested more so in the crewing side and the NPC side, we were very much like, we've been sort of talking to Kelly about doing it for ages. And so eventually when the Wizarding one came up, we were like, right, so this is basically for one of my NPCs. I've got one at the moment, but possibly have some more coming on. Because essentially, like, Sarah does it a lot with her stuff. She'll NPC for LARPs, essentially. So you just lots of different characters, or you might be a monster for a bit, or you might go and do something else for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just one character the full time. Which for me is kind of better, I think. Plus I get to learn all the rules and stuff as well, because again, LARP combat's another thing altogether as well, where if you've got swords, like you have LARP safe swords or LARP safe hammers or whatever. And I'm still very much a newbie. I've not done a LARP at all before, and neither is Luke. So it's very much like, I don't want to kind of go into it and not enjoy it, if that makes sense. I want to be able to go into it and like take a break if I need to. Because I'm also a little bit older than a lot of people. So running around woods with some kind of combat weapon in the middle of the night, not my idea of fun. Funny that. But obviously you can get a lot of NPCs that are very talky NPCs, or you can get lots of different like roles essentially. And originally when we were looking at the horror one, I was like, well, we could do more kind of makeup and costume stuff, because behind the scenes actually interests me more, I think, for that one in particular, because again there's a lot of like FX makeup and stuff like that, and I enjoy that kind of thing. So there was that, but then it was like, then the wizarding one came up, and then she posted a list of the NPCs that she wanted, and I was like, but this one. And Luke was like, but this one. So we kind of nabbed a couple of NPC roles, which is what this is for. But yeah, it's very, very different from cosplay. But also there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of people that have gone between them. Like I know a lot of people in the LARP thing that I used to cosplay with a lot. So there's that. But yeah, it should be something a bit different. We'll see how we enjoy it. And like I said, it's more so like helping out a friend as well. So it kind of works for all, ticks all 3 boxes really. And also this one is indoors. It's in December. It's held in a big old manor house in like near sort of Birmingham area. So it's kind of like designed to be Hogwarts essentially. So that's exciting because I'm indoors, so I don't have to run around in the woods freezing my butt off, which is quite nice. I will probably like generally if you crew anyway, you'll end up monstering at some point. So I'll end up monstering, but also because it's kind of wizarding, it's not all hit people with swords. A lot of it's obviously spellcasting and stuff, so it's a little bit less combat-y. Because I'm not a massive fan of, hey, let's go hit all the things. I mean, sometimes, fair enough, but a lot of the time I'll be like, not particularly me. Not particularly kids. So yeah, like, I don't know because I've not done it before, so that's as much as I know, to be honest. But I am definitely of the opinion of, hey, let's give something a go. You know, why not? Because you never know until you try something. I would have never tried cosplay if I'd not just decided to try it one day. So yeah, I'm like, why not? Let's give it a go. See how this turns out. Oh, this is tight for my hand. Okay. It's wrap that all the way around. Well done. Try to keep my hand in to keep the pocket open because I'm sewing a bit that's really, really awkward at the moment. It wants to move around all over the place. It's a good thing this sewing doesn't have to be neat. But yeah, it's something new. It's right at the end of the year. Like, well, there's no cons or anything anyway, so it's not like I have to miss out on a con to be able to do it. So we'll give it a go and see how we get on. Because we've got quite a few cons and stuff booked in for this year. But I managed to catch that anyway. Okay, yeah, well done. So I said I wasn't trying not to sew the bits together. I just managed to do it. Ugh, right, I need scissors. Do. Well done. You know that bit I've just sewed. I can't do it all. What a pain. I'm covered in like small bits of thread and stuff and different bits and bobs. It's annoying. Heidi is saying, will you be coming to Glasgow for September MCM? I don't know yet, actually. I forgot that one's on. It's usually quite a good one, though. Don't know is the answer. We haven't planned that far ahead. I mean, I'm planning for December, but I haven't planned that far ahead. Like, MCMs are a bit of a weird one for us in that it's like we'll come and we'll attend, but because we're not like specifically booked in to do something like a panel or a table or something, it's not something we're ever sure we're going to attend until like a little bit beforehand. The only one that we're really sure about usually is Manchester MCM because it's down the road from me, so everyone can stay at my house. Glasgow, quite possibly, because Luke is through Glasgow now. So, possibly. Watch this space. We will tell you if we are or not, probably close to the time. Let's try this again, shall we? Sorry, I keep forgetting there's nobody else on with me, so I have to kind of like keep looking up. Alicia, this is extremely unrelated, but what's your opinion on going off of a character's design and changing it? Personally, I've never done a screen accurate cosplay in my life. Like a lot of it's kind of for me about attitude to the character, and if we can get the attitude to the character right, it doesn't really matter if it's not quite accurate, in my opinion. I'm not all about like let's make sure it's fully screen accurate and this is like the exact thing and blah blah blah. To be honest, none of us in the band are. I personally will tend to go for what's available, what's not going to cost me an absolute fortune because this is a hobby after all. And I'm not all about let's buy 20 quid a meter fabrics. No, not really. It's also kind of why I like a lot of the D&D stuff because they're not super like there is like a canon thing for Critical Role, for example, now, but there wasn't for a while, and I've seen so many different versions of stuff that they're all kind of good. You know what I mean? Like there's different ways of doing things, and I personally actually really like going off the character design. I'm definitely not one for screen accuracy. Like probably the closest I've got is like Mystique with the flight suit. But even then, I didn't go for exacts because I was like, oh, I don't have all the strapping yet, so I won't do like there's like a strap across like the chest. And I was like, I won't do that. I'll just do. And again, like obviously the makeup's not accurate, just blue. If it was accurate, it would be like a full latex mask and probably properly like prosthetics on and all that stuff. And I'm like, don't have the skill and don't have the money. I'll just paint myself blue. So yeah, like that's probably my most screen accurate, and even then, it's really not. I mean, you get the idea of who I am. I'm blue, got a yellow and black flight suit on. Good enough, right? Yeah, I'm probably like the wrong person to ask that question. It's definitely not screen. Like I said, I don't think any of us in Bandit are particularly because for us it's like for me for years cosplay was about like let's get the character right, and less so about creating stuff like actually making a costume and stuff like that. Like, I bought cosplays or cosplays for so long, because I was crewing and stuff, so it didn't really need to have anything that was I wanted comfy. You know, I wanted comfy. And so even now, when I've sort of started making more stuff, like I'm still all about, hey, I can put my phone in this pocket, right? That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, do what you want to do, but like I'm definitely not about let's buy lots of really expensive fabrics or do stuff that is well outside of my comfort zone to do. Like I'll happily try new things, like leatherworking and stuff like that. But I'm not about okay, let's put everything else on hold while I learn this skill. Yeah, if I need a cosplay for next week and it needs a new skill, I'm not going to learn that new skill. I'm just going to commission somebody or buy it. So yeah, but yeah, that's my patchwork pocket done for that one. I think there's no pins left in it, so close enough. I've got a big old pocket there, and I've got another patchwork pocket there. And I've also then got some pre-made patchwork boys to sew on. So I'm going to kind of choose where I want to put them. But these aren't really going to be functional pockets as such, it's kind of more decoration. So I kind of want pockets on the pocket, if that makes sense. Like this character would have pockets on the pocket, so I'm going with it. Maybe like let's put them out a little bit. Okay, let's try and pin those in place. Oh, I forgot my brew. Oh no. Keep drinking my brew, guys. Keep drinking my brew. Right, I want to roughly pin these in place so I can sew them. Okay. So there we go. I think the top one needs to move over a bit. Be a bit more central. Not there. Or do like another small boy up here. Don't know. I'll start with the bottom two. I'm quite happy with where they're placed. Just sew these boys on. So again, need to try and be careful not to compromise that bottom pocket because I still want that to actually be a pocket. So I've got my hands up. I can't knot a piece of bread, please. Yeah, I quite like doing kind of made up characters essentially because I can make them up as to what I want to do with them. So things like this character can be like, she would wear a pinny that would have lots of patchwork pockets on. Honest. I've done it again. Oh, failures. How you love them. Try make decent. Not. Oh my god, it's doing it again. Right, I'm just gonna start sewing. Right, you don't have to sew the knot. I should like to because it reinforces my stitching a bit. Yeah. You know what I realised is that I've started sewing up the side. So I'm working on this one. Started sewing up the side. I'm working from the bottom. And then I realised that I wouldn't be able to work across the top because I still wanted to actually open it. Should have started in a separate corner. Oh well. But yeah, I found it easier to like sew it onto a piece of the cotton, like so then I knew kind of what size I needed. If that makes sense. Because that to me makes more sense. Was it actual edge of the neck? Sorry if I keep going quiet. That's fine, Alicia. So do I. It's all good. I know, you're busy. You got revising and things to do. Trying to concentrate on sewing. So I keep going quiet as well. I go, oh yeah, I need to concentrate on this bit. I end up sewing through the things. Like, that's not clever. At least you got SunnyCon to look forward to, Alicia. So that's after your exams. I'm at a really awkward bit. Bear with me. I'm at like the bit where the two bits overlap, and I doesn't want to play. Because this red fabric is what I use for Cassandra stuff, and I know it frays like a mofo. Not clever. Evil stuff, that's what it is. Just trying to make sure I definitely get the edge of that. Otherwise it's going to break. Which, to be fair, I want on this, but I also don't want it to fray that much. Yeah, these are going to be like the much lighter items essentially, so I don't need them to be super weight bearing. It can be kind of tacked on with my terrible hands. Well, because it's already pre-sewed, it just means it's just literally tacking it on around the edges. Which is nice. Check. Oh, Heidi's saying the foam clay is good. I'm making my first headpiece. It is good, isn't it? It's really good for like things like headpieces and stuff because it means like you've got the lightness of it. Because like I know Debbie made her Loki horns out of like she shaped them out of clay and then she put a warbler around that, and then so it's basically hollow warbler, but it's still quite heavy because it's warbler. Like, it's foam clay is amazing for that kind of thing because it's so light. Alicia's saying I'm gonna be so busy the week between exams and SunnyCon. I have so much cosplay stuff to do. Yeah, but your exams are important too. Like, you know, you just get your head down and get your exams sorted, and then cosplay can come after. I do rewears as well. Like rewears make it so much easier. That's why I'm being lazy and not making new stuff. Regan's saying trying to locate the best stuff for classic cosplay things is so difficult when you want to find specific things. It is, but that's what eBay's for. eBay and Amazon are really good for that kind of stuff. Like depends what you're looking for. Because again, different times of the year you have different things. So if you're looking for say knee-high boots in summer, really hard to find them. Trust me, I've tried that. eBay's your best bet for that sort of out season kind of thing. Miss Coca-Cola saying, "Hey, welcome to the stream." Alicia's saying SunnyCon is the most important event of the year. I mean, not going to deny that. I am looking forward to SunnyCon. It's always a good one. It's a good con, and we get to do panels, we get to do other bits and bobs, we get to meet loads of people, and it's a nice event. It's a really nice event. Like, it's one that we'd definitely go to anyway, even if we weren't like doing panels and stuff. Because we really enjoy it. Like, we were so impressed with it when we first started going. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it as well because, like, when you're away for like 3, 4, 5 days for a con, I at least get heartily sick of takeaway food. Like, I tend to cook quite a lot anyway at home, so it means that like when you think, oh, takeaway is a treat, but when you're away and then you have to try like find takeaway for like cheap prices as well, so it usually ends up being like McDonald's or Burger King or something. And you're like, I don't want that though. I don't want that rubbish food in my body again. So what's really nice about SunnyCon is that we actually have the apartments this year, so it should be quite good in terms of we should be able to cook, which is going to be awesome. I'm excited about cooking. Which again, you know, we'll probably end up like cooking fairly quick things because we'll be tired from cosplaying all day and stuff, but at least we'll have the option to do it. I mean, Newcastle's got really good takeaway places and stuff anyway. Like, there's plenty to choose from because you're right in the city centre. But it's still like, if I could save money and be a bit healthier and cook something, I will probably do that. So yeah, Luke and I are in an apartment together, and I think we're probably going to cook quite a bit because we both like to cook. So, and again, we've got quite a few folk that we know going to SunnyCon as well, which would be nice. So that should be good. Right, second pocket. Regan's saying we'll have to keep looking. I literally just need a few bits and pieces of some of the characters I'd like to cosplay for a casual cosplay at least. What kind of stuff do you need? Let me see if I can give you any suggestions as to where to go. For some stuff, like car boots or charity shops are quite good as well. It's kind of the reason I started sewing though, was because I found that some stuff was just really hard to find. So I think it was, yeah, like the first thing I sewed was for why is that hiding your comment, Alicia? I don't know why I just hid your comment. I didn't like it. You've been saying I've been saving up my sub points, free subways all weekend. Hell yes, that sounds like a good plan. Not that keen on Subway. Like, it's okay, I guess, but I'm just not massively keen. But you know, free is better than anything else. I actually got £10 off my. Was it? No, it was £5 off my my fabric shop yesterday. Which I was really happy with because I've got a loyalty card with the fabric shop, and yeah, that basically came into good effect yesterday. I was like, oh, I've reached my 10 visits. How exciting! Shows how much I spend at the fabric shop. Mel, it's honestly the worst thing you've ever said. What's the worst thing I ever said? I forgot what I said. Oh, I don't like Subway. Well, I think what it is, when I was at uni, I used to work in like a bargain booze, just a couple of days a week. And the only thing that was ever open at the same time that was working my shifts at bargain booze, so I used to work between 5 and 10 at night. And the only thing that was ever open was Subway. So I just got heartily bored of Subway. It's not like I don't particularly like it. It's just like I'm like, I'd rather have something else. It was literally the only thing that was open, so I just got really bored of it, and that's quite a few years ago now. I tend not to really go for much takeaway stuff. Like what I'll tend to go for is like pizza. I love pizza. Even then, I'm quite picky about pizza because, like I said, I don't really eat a lot of takeaway. Like when I do, I want it to be good. Regan saying it would depend on the character for one. I already have some jeans and can easily buy a shirt, but I'm struggling to find the red hoodie type thing in a brown jacket. I'd say eBay. Honestly, depending on what you need, but like hoodies and stuff like that on eBay normally you can get pretty cheap. Or even like if you're out in town or something anyway, and you're going like to Primark or like Asda or Tesco or anywhere like that, just keep an eye out. That's the other option. Just keep an eye out and see keep an eye out for what you're looking for. Because I still remember the time I got fabric for Legolas that I've been looking for about 3 years in Primark, because I basically saw that it was a dark green suede like skirt, and I was like, that is the perfect colour and the perfect texture for what I want. So I ended up buying it in the largest size, like a couple in the largest size, and just using the fabric. But I've been literally looking for it for about 2 years. Alicia's saying I get Subway every Saturday usually. That's why I got lots of sub points then. Megan saying I may have to wait till autumn at least to buy a jacket similar to the one I'm looking for. Yeah, I mean that's fair, because I said if it is something that's like out of season, it's difficult to find it. So jackets at the moment will be out of season. Whereas like autumn time you'll end up seeing loads like in the shops. Whereas now it's all kind of summer stuff. Primark is like the first shop I check for things usually. It's the idea as well, but the thing is, they don't obviously do it online. So for me, it's a little bit like, well, I need to have a look online and see if it's there. But for cosplay stuff, I quite often go to eBay, Amazon, all those kind of places. Sarah's an eBay queen. If you ever need anything on Amazon, on eBay, she will find it for you. concentrating because this is the edge of this, and it's being a pain. You ever find as well, like, different materials have different ways of being sewn? So, like, lining material for me is always problematic. I always have issues with lining material. That just happens to be a bit of lining material on it. Alicia's saying AliExpress. That's a good point. Never really tried it myself. However, I have heard good things about it. And I know, like, some of the other banders have bought bits and bobs on there as well. You've also got things like ASOS and stuff as well. They just tend to be a little bit more expensive, don't they? Well, like I said, charity shops as well. Charity shops are always good. If you don't mind looking, or if you don't mind, like, spending a bit of time, which it sounds like you don't. So I just say, just keep an eye out. Like, go anytime you sort of in town or something anyway. Like, go and have a little look and just see what there is. Ask friends to keep an eye out as well, because you might find that something pops up somewhere where you're not. So it might just be in like a local version of Primark or whatever. Pain. There we go. Second back pocket is on. That Dark Shadow is saying, hello, welcome to the stream. Just me today. The new face, so that's good. Regan's saying, I do tend to find that I own a lot of stuff I could use for different characters already, as I have a rather eclectic fashion taste. Same. I have a cosplay wardrobe and then I have a Mel wardrobe. And sometimes they overlap. Sometimes they don't. But for example, when I was looking for something like a casual Yasha, she's very goth. Guess who's also quite goth. So yeah, I kind of have a lot of crossover. Or have casual cosplay stuff because people will buy me a t-shirt that is really suitable for Sirius, for example. So I end up with a lot of bits and bobs, or I can be like, I can use that for this character. Quite funny actually, because again for this LARP, there's different magical races and stuff within it as well. And Rob, one of the guys helping to organise it, was like posting up pictures and stuff like inspirations for it. And I got really excited because it was like a snake kind of person. And I was like, oh, I could do like scales and stuff because I've done sort of scales and things before for oh my god, I've forgotten the name of that cosplay. That looks really bad. Alphys from Undertale. I've done sort of like scales and sort of snake type stuff for her because she's a lizard. So I've done that kind of thing before, like a wig net and kind of doing all the shadowing and stuff like that. So obviously I've got a lot of body paint. So I was like, I could try something for you. So I went and did a little closet test for Rob, and he quite liked it. So that was good. Regan's saying, I mean, as I said before, 5 is also a character I'm hoping to cosplay. I can buy some shorts, borrow a shirt, repurpose the blazer, and buy a tie and a sweater vest. Yes, exactly. So, like, when we were saying about Diego, I was like, well, I've already got, like, a long sleeve black t-shirt. I've got black jeans I can wear. I've literally got all the stuff that I would need. And the only thing I would need is, like, the strapping stuff, which Luke and I went and had a look, and there's some cheap ones on eBay. And I've possibly still got some bits and bobs from when I did Jane, for example. So I've possibly still got like a leg holster and stuff. So I might already have some bits, but it's whether I did, because I have done a cosplay clear out recently, and it's whether I've cleared it out or not. thinking, oh, I won't wear that character again. Maybe I should have kept it. If I decide if I want that one in the middle, if I want to move to one side, I think I might move to one side. Maybe like this side. Like that. I'm going to do like another one over here. So many pockets. Regan's saying, although for some bizarre reason, quite a lot of characters I would like to cosplay wear blazers or some kind of suit type jacket. Well, that's good. I suppose like Connor, for example, to become human, is sort of very suit based, I guess. That's good though, because that means you can kind of repurpose stuff. Yeah, part of the reason we knew Sarah would be good for panel stuff is because she has NPC blocks for a very long time. And quite often, as an NPC, you're just given, with at least the ones that she was going to, you're kind of given like a character like a couple of days before the actual thing. So you've only got a couple of days to pull something together in terms of costume or in terms of character. So we knew Sarah would be very good at panel stuff because she basically does that a lot anyway. So yeah, there is some overlap for sure between LARP and cosplay. Like, there's a lot of my, like when I first started cosplaying, a lot of the people that I used to cosplay a lot with have now kind of more moved into LARPs. So that'll be quite nice as well because I get to see more folk that I used to do more cons with. Don't know how many of them are doing this wizarding LARP though because it's quite small LARP. Kelly's kind of purposely made it quite small. So I think there's like 40 players. We're hoping Debbie can get a ticket as a player. She really wants to play. But because there's only 40 tickets, they've sold out ridiculously quickly. So Debbie's on the waiting list. So we'll see if she gets to play. But she's not interested in crewing, so that's cool. Yeah, not everyone is. It's just for me personally, like it works better for my brain. Like I used to crew a lot of cons. That's how I met everybody in Bandur, or a lot of people in Bandur. Because I like sort of helping out as well. I enjoy that side of it, but it's not for everybody. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of commitment. Which, like I said, when you start to get a bit older, you start to have a few issues or whatever, you're like, I can't necessarily do that. And that's okay. Regan's saying, I have already accidentally almost got the walk down for one of the characters I like to cosplay. I do the walk without even realising it's sometimes. Yeah. The only time I have to be really scared is if Santiago comes out and I'm at work and I'm like, oh boy, go back in your box. Don't you come out. You're not a nice person to be around. Sometimes he comes out of his box. At least saying 40 players is small. It is small. Some of these LARPs, like, I'm talking like, I think Lorien Trust is one, and Vale is another. They have like hundreds of players. But as Kelly said, she's like, I don't think you'd enjoy it as much because like you don't get to know the characters that you're playing with. So like you don't really kind of get the overarching story as much, and I love a good story. So like I said, Kelly is our DM for our D&D campaign anyway. And honestly, last week we had a one shot. She was like, "I'll just do a one shot for you because one of the regular guys was working." So like, we don't want to continue the story and stuff. We'll just do a one shot. It'll be set in the same world and everything, but we'll just do it with like different characters. But instead of like kind of going, "Oh, you need to make up a new character," she just kind of sent us the characters. Turns out it's a bit of a prequel to our existing campaign, and it's all about my character's dad. So I was like, "So you're doing a one shot, but you're tying it into our current story?" And like, she did literally twist on a twist on a twist, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, you're so clever with story! Like, I can't wait to see what she does for the what." Because again, it's all kind of story based. It's very much about your story and your characters and how your characters react to something, but you've got like an overarching story plot. So I'm really excited to see that side of it come out and see exactly what's going to happen. Because again, you know, you've obviously got combat and stuff, you can die and all that kind of thing as well. But like, she's even said it's less important kind of in this game as well. Like, she's more about like the overarching story rather than characters dying, which is kind of unusual as well in LARP. Regan saying, kind of funny when you realise the book gives you a sort of almost waddle type thing, which is a trait coined by the character in person, and just accidentally start doing it when we're out about. It's a fun time. For sure. I'm sewing these patches on quicker than I thought I would. I'm just tacking them on around the edges. They're not super strong, but they kind of don't need to be. I just had to carry on walking, just like, don't mind me, just being a human penguin. What characters is this for, Regan? I'm really interested now. Tell you what, if we do end up doing this group for Monster MCF for Umbrella Academy, I have to rewatch it. Because obviously I watched it without having Diego as a cosplay in my brain. Apparently that's happening. So I have to do things like look at how he walks and things, because that's the kind of weird stuff that my brain likes to do. Oh, Oswald Cobblepot, more commonly known as Penguin, one of the Batman's villains. Yes, from Gotham. I'm gonna guess. I have watched that series. It's good. It's about the only DC series I have actually watched and enjoyed, or film. Not a DC fan in general, but no, I enjoy him in Gotham. Like, he is good. Or are you doing like the older Penguin from the old movie? That's the question. Let's blooming piece of thread does not want to go through my needle. Come on, get through my needle, you little bugger. Here we go. Right, so I've got 3 Patchwork Boys on. I've obviously got my other Patchwork Boys on. There's a nice big gap in there that I kind of need to fill up with something, I feel. So I think there needs to be another pocket here. Regan says, he's always been my favourite villain character for years. It's probably because we're from the Robin Lord Taylor era of Penguin, which is a Gotham version. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Sounds really good. He is a good boy. Okay, I might use this piece of leather because I've got it. I'm going to patchwork it to this, I think. So what I was kind of doing is making patches like off the thing and then being able to sew them on kind of thing. I'll just tidy up the edges a bit on this one. Thread down for now. It's just tidy up. So I was using all my scraps essentially. This costume is not going to cost me anything, and that makes me really happy. Because it's literally all just scraps that are in my scrap box. Okay, so if I put that on there, put that on so you can see what it is. Oh, I can't read your name. Mukai Takahashi. I'm sorry if I slaughtered that. I'm not very good with that kind of thing. Hello, hello. Welcome to my stream. I am doing a sew. Lots of new folk in here today. So I think I'll put that one on there. And then I've got all that. There's a bit more of a gap down here as well. I think I'll work on this one to begin with, this black one here. So I'll unpin him. I'm going to put stuff on that as like the base. If that makes sense. Because the thing, I kind of wanted like sort of like a decent layer. So this heavier cotton is obviously really good as like an actual layer if you want to put something in it. So it just means there's not like thin bits and thick bits and everything else. It's just like a base. So that's also pretty thick. So I'm going to use that as a base as well. I'm going to grab my scraps and kind of pin them on and sew them in place. Regan saying, I have to study the characters in great detail, though Oswald's walk comes naturally to me, apparently. That's funny. Bless. Oh, let's see what we've got. Okay, let's cut a bit more of this one. There's bits of fabric everywhere. This isn't that time. So what I'm kind of doing is like getting the piece of material and essentially I'm going to sew the other bits to it and then kind of trim around so I've still got like the base left over, if that makes sense. So what's it going to mean is that I'm going to have several different layers of stuff going on. So I've got purple. Sorry guys, I'll give you a second. Apparently that pin is rubbish. Oh, I'm from Russia. Oh, exciting. I think that's our first Russian that's been watching the stream. And it's just little old me. I don't want too small pieces because I'm going to have to keep sewing forever. I also don't want it to be too much. Makes sense. Pins. Problem is, this thick leather is quite thick. Okay, let's put the camera up so you can see. So that's what I've kind of got so far. Obviously left bits of the black coming through as well. But essentially, if I sew all that down now, and to be honest, what I was doing was sewing it on the machine, so just sewing it upside down. I was pinning it the other way up, sewing it upside down on the machine just around the outside, and then going through the middle. So it made it a lot easier, to be honest. So that's another patch to add on. And then I think I want maybe one more pocket, like if that one sort of goes there, I want maybe one more pocket over this side, because it's a bit empty over here. But yeah, these are very, very easy to do. And obviously it's all scraps, so it's not costing me money, which is nice. Makes a change of cosplay. Because this was kind of an idea we had for our craft table, was to get patches of material and sew them onto like a tablecloth. And we kind of started it, but we haven't properly finished it. But what I might do is kind of maybe more like this, where you can then sew small patches together. So I think it looks better. So yeah, I'm going to sew this separately. I'll probably just go around the outside like I was doing on the machine. But if I wasn't streaming right now, I would totally throw this at the machine. But it doesn't need to be hand sewn. But I'm streaming, so sewing on the machine is a bit mean when I'm streaming. Yeah, if you ever come to one of our tables at con, you'll usually see me sitting hand sewing if there's anything that needs doing. Because I quite enjoy hand sewing. I'm weird. Ow, that's my finger. Who made this cosplay on Victor? I'm confused. If I click this, it's not gonna like me. I'll try. Oh no. Hopefully we're still streaming. Hopefully it's loading all the stuff. Let's hope it's still, yeah, it's still going. Okay. See, I knew I shouldn't click the link. Should have just told me. Okay. That is Luke. Of Victor from Yuri on Ice. So that is Luke's cosplay. But it took me away from the stream, which is not a good plan. Because then I go, I can't get back to the stream. Oh no. I should know better than to click links during streams. But yeah, there's a group of 6 of us. We all do different cons and costumes and stuff. So I am just one of the 6. And it's just me today. Right, okay, that one's I also put myself in some hurts. As you can see, this is quite a long process. It's not on the machine. So I've just sewn on the blue bit. That's literally it. And I've kind of like sewn down the edge of this one. So we're getting there slowly. But yeah. Lining fabric is evil. And kind of what's actually quite interesting, kind of tell you where most of these cosplay bits are from. So this is the lining from Mel's robes. This is from a shirt I was going to make for Legolas and never did because the fabric was evil. This purple I don't actually know. I think I was possibly going to make a skirt from it at some point. This blue is from a linen blend that I used for Marius for his cravat. I've also been using some red from Cassandra. I've also been using some. I've got a lot of purple trim still there from Cassandra as well, from her sleeves. I think that's the only bit I've got left though, the purple trim, so I like to save that in case I need to remake her. That was my plan eventually. And then I've got this leatherette stuff that has been used recently for dice bags, but was originally bought for making Bellatrix corset, which I never made. Yay! So yeah, bits of costumes that essentially were left over. Alicia's saying it's Luke, I think. Yep, it's Luke. And Regan's saying, I may have just found the hoodie I was looking for on eBay. I'm going to keep looking for now. Yeah, like hoodies generally, like I've bought hoodies on eBay because if you've ever been to a con with us, we are really sad and got like Bando hoodies because I made them for Christmas for us for once. And I got the hoodies from eBay because they're just cheap. Cheap hoodies. I think I also bought my friend Jess like a red hoodie before because she was doing somebody from Left 4 Dead and she happens to wear a red hoodie, so I just bought her a red hoodie and covered it in red paint. And she really liked it and kept it wearing it for ages, and I was like, it's just a cosplay thing. It's fine. Right, I'm getting there. Slowly. I think I've kind of found my technique now, which is quite good. So that means if I ever want to patchwork in future, I've got a way of doing it. Because there's always so much leftover fabric, and I feel so bad like binning it. But I'll only keep pieces that are big enough to actually work with. So this really small stuff I wouldn't normally keep. I've literally had to cut these pieces out of the stuff I already had. I always feel really bad like binning fabric. Unless it's a usable piece that can make use for something else, there's not really much point. So a lot of the dice bag stuff was kind of because I was trying to use up leftover fabric. I felt bad getting rid of fabric. I was also not really using the stuff that I already had kind of stashed. So it's like I've got things like this material here that I'll probably never use because it frees like anything. But I think I got it really cheap anyway to begin with. Because I have a wonderful fabric shop. I love dearly with all my heart. I think it was like an end of a roll. And it was something ridiculously priced. So I was like, that'll do for Legolas, not realising how much it would actually break. And having never followed a pattern in my life, it kind of put me off patterns. Oops. But yeah, just keep looking. Like, you can always come back to eBay. Like, that's one good thing about eBay, is it's always going to be there. You're always going to find people listing that kind of selling, unless it's something really super unique. Oh, come on, computer. Stop being silly. Okay. We're getting there. Taking the pins out slowly. Could do with burning purple one now, I think. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Then we can sew it on. Yeah, I think I might get the tablecloth back off Luke and do some more work on that as well, so I can use up all the scraps. Because that at least is going towards a useful place, i.e. using it as a table cover for a craft table. Another pin out, every pin you take out, such an achievement, all these little pieces. Yeah, I think I'll finish off this one and probably call it a day. Anybody watch Eurovision last night? That's a question. I know Sarah did because she went to a friend, I think, to go watch it. We quite often have kind of done it where we've all sat on like Skype or just sat on Messenger or whatever and chatted about it as it's been going on. But I didn't do it this year. Mainly because I was too tired. I was like, I'm too tired to go to bed. I had a migraine yesterday, so I wasn't going to be drinking. And I'm afraid Eurovision is not fun sober. So I was like, yeah, no. Like, not feeling it, but you guys, if you want to do it, feel free. But yeah, I'm looking forward to SunnyCon. Just went and bought my Saturday party ticket as well the other day, so I'm all prepared. Kind of got a cosplay kind of vaguely planned for it too. I'm still buy some bits for that actually. Well, there's a couple of bits I need to buy, but it's all buying stuff. It's not really making anything. That's the thing for us with doing panels and stuff is that we'll redo a lot of cosplays, so we don't necessarily have to make a new one, which is quite nice sometimes. Okay, so that is pretty much done now. All I need to do is just trim it out. Knock this out. In fact, I'm going to leave this in because I need to sew it on anyway, and we still use the same thread, so that'll be cool. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to camera. I'm just trying to find it. There we go. Okay, so made a patch pocket, however it's very nasty at the edges, so I'm just going to grab my fabric scissors. Somewhere. Where'd you go, fabric scissors? There you go. Had you somewhere. I'm just going to trim the edges and kind of get it to where it's going to be nice. So when I was doing it on machine as well, I was like trimming off all the excess bits, all the excess threads and stuff in the machine. So these bits are really too small to reuse. I don't mind throwing these bits away because they're teeny tiny. I'm so hungry. I just want to get some food in me. Oh no, you know I said let's not snip the thread. Guess who I should snip the thread? Well done, Mal. That was real clever. Got a pocket. It's made now. Okay. There we go. So I've done pretty well with this. It's come together surprisingly quickly. It's something that just kind of got thrown together really. yeah, it's definitely easier like doing the pockets beforehand, trimming them up, and then putting them on, especially because I don't need them to be neat. If I needed them to be neat, though, what I could do is like hem the edges properly around the edge before putting them on, if that makes sense. But I don't need them to be neat, so it makes life a bit easier. Yeah, I'm gonna have so much stuff in these pockets. There's so much random stuff. I can't really talk about what I'm gonna have, but it's gonna be really silly. Me doing a silly character? Never. I think I'm gonna run out of thread literally with like a half inch to go. That's yeah, I'm gonna run out of thread with half side to go essentially. Come on, can I make it last? Can I make it last? I have like 2 stitches to do and it'll be really annoying. Oh, just I've got like yay much left. Let's try and finish it off somehow. I don't know how, there's not enough room to do it. Okay, let's try and put through that one. Okay, there we go. Patches. So it's going to go as a penny around there. So that's what my life is going to be. With a million pockets. Yay, so many pocket dudes. Regan's saying, I may now potentially have my Oswald cosplay sorted, just need to work on the makeup now and maybe add a few props. That should be good. Like, he's obviously known for his umbrella, so that's a nice easy prop. Because you can also use that thing. But yeah, this has got a nice big pocket at the back, and then it's got lots of little mini pockets that I can stuff things in. I won't put anything too weight bearing in these because they're just tacked on, so like that one's just tried to come off as a so I'm not going to put anything too weight bearing. The only weight bearing one, well, that one's not too bad actually. That one was machine sewn on. That one is like the weight bearing one because that's properly sewn on. That way it's coming off easy. I've got a little baby one down here as well, which was machine on. So I've got some that are like more robust than others. There's a little space there which I might fill up with something. But yeah, that's going to be my patchwork pinny thing. So that's going to be used in December. But yeah, that will probably be it for now. Regan's saying umbrella would be a good prop, especially as it rains quite often where I live. Yeah, we obviously do stuff from Adventure Zone, and one of Taco's props is an umbrella. But also, I think Debbie's character uses it as well. No spoilers. So essentially, we've got a couple of different umbrellas kicking around when it's con time, which is quite good because it just means you've got an umbrella. So we're like, hey, you know that umbrella that was a prop? Can we actually use the umbrella? Thanks. Walking to and from con and stuff. So that's quite good. But yeah, so I've made my little patchwork thing. I'll be wearing that in December, running around the manor house, being an idiot. Yay! I've got a few more bits I want to finish off on it, but it's not urgent, so I finish what I have for now. Probably do a little bit more sewing on it and then call it a day, really. But yeah, I will leave it there. England, for some reason, has a lot of rain, unfortunately. Yeah, Scotland has more. Whenever I got to Glasgow or Edinburgh, it just seems to always be raining. I mean, I'm in the north as well, which doesn't help, so there's a lot of rain up here. But yeah, I thank you guys for coming on to my stream. I will probably see you guys next week. See you soon. Bye.